Speaker Alban Sumanu Kingsford Bagbin says that he has turned down a board chairmanship that was offered to him by John Dramani Mahama. Let's see the video of what the speaker said. Then we'll come and I will deal with these analysis in some small detail. Let's have a look at the video.
Let's look at the concept in the Constitution. I listened to the minority leader. Let's look at the concept in the Constitution, where it is Parliament that exercises oversight over all those boards, public boards, and the same members of Parliament go to sit there and then report back to the House, come and participate, and then oversee what they have done over there. The principle of the law is clear. What is not specifically prohibited by the law is permitted by the law. But when it's specifically prohibited by the law, it's caught within that prohibition. And so, I, for example, as majority leader in 2009, when I was offered the position to be Minister for Parliamentary Affairs, I rejected it because I could not subsume the authority of a majority leader, the leader of the House, as a minister to be under the dictates and directive of the executive. So I have always argued against the majority leader of the House, being a minister of state. People disagreed with me, and they continued. Today, I was offered to be chair of the National Health Insurance Authority, as you all know. Speaker's chair it. I rejected it because I think it's not proper to go and chair the board, submit reports under the supervision of a minister. The speaker is now under a minister, and the report will come to the House, and the House will now be presided over by the minister, the speaker. And I said no. I rejected it. But that's what used to happen. Some of you don't know. That is not proper. You cannot go and chair the boards, the corporations, work over there, submit reports through the minister. The minister submits the report to Parliament. Then you come and preside over those reports and approve or disapprove. Please, issues of conflict of interest, prejudice arise. I have no problem with any member testing the matter in court. That is what the courts are there for. But I'm very clear in my mind that the step I've taken is one of the correct and best steps to enforce the authority of this House, to be able to hold public officers to account to the good people of this country.
You may not like Sumanu Bagbin for one reason or the other, but you can't take from him his perfect understanding of law and governance. You can't take that from Alban Bagbin. And he's been in the parliament for a very long time. Bagbin was in the parliament since 1996. So he's been in parliament for that long and he understands it. I think he makes a good point, but that brings us to a very serious matter. This criminal here, this criminal fraudster running away, criminal with her, Mr. Sansadeli, whatever they are, this criminal here found her way onto the National Health Insurance Authority board. This is the same board that Bagbin was going to chair. She's very lucky that she didn't get there to go and meet Bagbin as chairman. But this is the problem. This lady here is a professionally qualified medical doctor, practiced abroad, trained abroad, practiced abroad, part of the Ghana Medical and Dental Council in Ghana, delivered a seat for the NDC in the Sikado Keten that the NDC has never won. And I mean never, since 1996. Exclude 1992 because 1992, the MPP didn't contest. In 1996, since 96 till now, The seat has never been won. She contested in 2020. She came close. And in 2024, she delivered it for the NDC. Dr. Grace Ayensu is the subject of this conversation. Grace Ayensu here is a proper medically qualified doctor. But somehow, this fraudster and criminal Ansan Sadeli, who the police are still refusing to arrest, I understand that the CID are very close, to arrest this fraudster. They put this fraudster there because this Mr. Sansadeli with an SS2 qualification, living SS as SS2, in his SS2 brain, says that he is advising government and they should put this fraudster on the national health insurance. I'm very sad about it because look at the green paper. If you look at the green paper which they'll put on right now, the green paper here says that in 12.1, and maybe you can't see it, maybe you can give them this camera, they'll see it properly. You will see that it says 2 health professionals with expertise in insurance, criminal Ansan Sadeli and Dr. Zaneto Rawlings. Now, how come that Grace Ayensu, who is still a member of parliament, who has not been made a minister, people think she'll be deputy minister of health, but that hasn't happened yet. How come that Grace Ayensu was not considered, but this criminal was considered, this fraudster, criminal Ansan Sadeli was considered for a position like that, and Grace Ayensu wasn't considered? Maybe Grace Ayensu is going to get something else, I don't know. But it tells us a lot about the things that happen in this system. And I'm dovetailing this into going to have a conversation about something that the difference between government and opposition and how people should react. So the NHIL, National Health Insurance Authority document has a space for professionals with expertise in health insurance. Dr. Zaneto Rawlings was picked, and Dr. Ansan Sadeli was picked as well. The criminal, fraudster, criminal, blackmailer. She's just a criminal. This SS2 boy, who didn't continue because his grade point average was bad, not that he can't pay for it, he can pay for it. And since then, he has not taken the opportunity after becoming an adult to read anything and get some brain in his head. And he just comes on TV to insult people. This criminal here, Mr. Sansadeli, who claimed and bragged that he's the reason why they put Ansan Sadeli there, this fraudster, to do business. Let's have the photograph of Grace Ayensu and the fraudster again. And I think that we should be looking at these things, and it's not partisan, it's not NDC or MPP. Grace Ayensu is a member of the NDC, but you can't take away for the fact that she's a great doctor. Not great because she has operated on me before, great because of her pedigree. You can check her pedigree, you see it. And she is NDC. She's actually in green. She's NDC. But if we do the politics in a way that you have fraudsters like this criminal man sitting in America says that he's a SS2 guy and that he's advising government, then they'll produce this fraudster here, and after weeks of the process, the police have still not apprehended her. In between the time her story broke and today, the police have actually apprehended somebody who was faking as a doctor in Kaswa. We showed you the story. Until the police arrest her, we would always remind people that this is what is happening. That this fraudster criminal here says that she's a doctor. She's not a nurse. She's nothing near medicine. Fakes as a doctor, and they put her on National Health Insurance Authority. Grace Ayensu is in Parliament, has delivered a seat for the NDC that the NDC has never won since 1996. They've never won it, and she delivers the seat. She's in Parliament. She's a doctor who practices at Airport Women's Hospital. People go there, they know her. She's practiced in America. I think her daughter is even a doctor as well. With such pedigree, they don't consider her because this fraudster here comes to lie to them, and they didn't know at the time this fraudster was lying to them that he has only a very minimal and completely embarrassing educational background, refused to learn as many people do. Some have never even been to school. They've learned since they were age 30, and that's why the University of Ghana has adult studies. University of Kwame Nkrumah University also has it. People don't ever get the opportunity to go to school. People's school fees are not paid. Their father cannot pay, so they learn themselves. This fraudster here decides that that's not the way to go. Just blackmail people with this criminal, and they find themselves on national health insurance. I'm delighted that the democratic system and the media system and the social media in Ghana was able to draw attention to the government. And I'm extremely excited that this is one of the quickest things that any government in the Fourth Republic did. That Callistus Mahama issued a letter withdrawing the appointment of this fake and criminal Ansan Sadeli, who should be in prison by now, go to court and let people hoot at her in the court. When they are bringing her to court, they should hoot at her because she's a criminal. And the day she comes to court, we'll see all the other things that they do, fraud, blackmail, and everything.